Okay, so we're on to part 3 of our green tea extension, and I've decided to only do 11 rounds for part 3 because I was very naughty and went and made the spark joy when I should have been working on this. So I'm kind of a week behind, so this is going to be a short part. So I was hoping that the extension was going to be in 3 parts, but it's possibly going to be in 4 parts and maybe even 5 parts. The 5th part might be the border. So we'll just see how it goes. But, just relax because where are we going? We're stuck at home. Okay, so now I actually faffed quite a lot over this part 3. I wanted to do something that was in keeping with the theme of the green tea, the whole vibe of it, a kind of a open weave like that, because of course all of you in the northern hemisphere are going into spring, we're going into autumn, so we're not really in winter, and it's not really cold enough for those very heavy blankets or throws. So I wanted something light and breezy. Holy, some people say holy. So I know a lot of people don't like holy crochet, but I love it. It has its place. And then the other thing was also to try and keep it simple. And the other thing was that because we have this very floral theme going on, as usual, as usual with all my crochet, this just reminded me of bees and honey. Okay, so that's obviously just my colorway. So I really like this very simple stitch, which is single crochets and then double crochets, single crochets, double crochets, chain 2 in between. And then the corner looks like that. And then you build up that little kind of trellis, as we did with our extended flowers, those tall flowers, we had the trellis at the back, which I really like. So that's the corner at the back. And this is a good place to keep your secret chocolate stash. and then of course the corner looks like that. So the corner so that goes up like that and that goes like that. So I've done 2 sides, well, more or less 2 sides, not quite 2 sides, because I wanted to show you beforehand where we're going with this, so you don't fall asleep from boredom. Okay, so now we're going to start so you're going to forget everything you saw there, and you're going to forget all of this. So we have 11 rounds in part 3, and you're going to forget that I have a chain 2 on my hook. So we're going to begin with a half double crochet front post over the first double crochet, and well, in fact the first 3 double crochets, but we start in the first double crochet left of a corner chain 2 from our previous round. Okay, round number 25. So now the way we're going to start, we're just working, and what's nice about this this part number 3 is it's a lot of repetition. The only place you have to think a little bit is around the corners. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to work a half double crochet over all of our half double crochet front post over all of our stitches. So just excuse the clanging on the right there, because that of course is all my stitch markers. Okay, so we're working half double crochet front post over all of the stitches, except when we get to the center panel. All right, so that's where I'm going to meet you. So you're going to carry on like that, and you should have 38 stitches in total. All right, so counting from here. So your corner now is simply a chain 2 space. Okay, so I'm going to see you over here. Okay, Okay, so you should have 38 stitches, 38 half double crochet front posts. All right, so you've got 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. And of course you'll have the same on the other side. Okay, so now we've reached our center panel and you're going to work a half double crochet front post over your first puff, right? And then what you'll do is work a chain 1 and a half double crochet over your puff. Chain 1, half double crochet over your puff. All right, so you're just going to carry on like that for your center panel. Okay, and then when you get to your last puff of your little center panel, you're going to mirror side A, and then I'll see you at the corner just to finish off the corner so you know how the completed corner looks. Okay, so I'm just going to do this with you. So you're going to end up with 13 chain 1, not 13 chain 1s, yeah, 13, yeah, it is 13 chain 1. I'm trying to catch a glimpse of the stitch count. so we're going to end up with 14 half double crochet front posts, right? So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 half double crochet front posts, 13 chain 1 spaces in between, okay? And now you're just going to mirror side A, and I shall see you just before the corner. So we've just arrived at that 3 double crochet corner like that. All right, so you're just going to work, oh, let me do that again. So you're just going to work your 3 half double crochets over the 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then we're back to where we started, which was the first double crochet left of a chain 2 corner space. So half double crochet front, you know it's a front post. I don't have to say it. Okay, half double crochet front post, half double crochet front post, and off you go. All right, so I'm just going to stop there, and it's going to look like that. Okay, so you're going to have those 2 little chain 2 spaces, and then your side is going to be equal to 90 half double crochet front posts, right? And your corner is going to be equal to a chain 2 space, and then you're also going to have those 13 chain 1 spaces in your center panel area like that. Okay, so that is round number 27, and of course the color that I'm using is gold. All right, so using gold, and I just realized I made a mistake. Oh well, it's not a big thing. It's only one where I can go back and just correct that. I was wondering why it was all skew. Let me show you the other side rather. So it looks nice and straight. Ah, yes, that's the thing with doing these repetitive rounds. You know, sometimes you're busy looking at Netflix and you miss a stitch. It happens to us all, doesn't it? Okay, so round number 27, color is gold, and I shall see you at round number 28. Okie dokie, so we're on to round number 28, and the color we're using is walnut. Now, you're going to begin round number 28 in the space right of your first 3 double crochets from round number 25. So we worked our half double crochet front posts over round 25 because round 26 was the flowers, remember? All right, so now you're just turning your work over and you're working into those stitches at the back and the spaces. Well, the spaces, not the stitches. All right, so you're counting those 3 double crochets from round 25. There's your corner. So 1, 2, 3, and you're working into, that's where you're going to start. Okay, so now just going to start with a single crochet. Then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to work a single crochet into the chain 2 corner space from round number 25, so the same round, right? Then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me just say at this point, if you are using a yarn that is stiffer, I say this often, add another chain. It mustn't pull, you must have enough leeway. Then you're going to skip those 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and you'll single crochet into the next space before your 2 double crochets. All right, then you're going to chain 2, skip 2 double crochets, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2 double crochets, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2 double crochets, single crochet, chain 2, skip your puff stitch and the half double crochet over that, half double crochet front post over that, and you work. So you're working into basically all the spaces between your sets of stitches. Okay, so you're going to skip 2 double crochets, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet, chain 2, right? Skip 2, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet, chain 2. Now, okay, so it's going to look like that. So just make sure that you are skipping 2 like that. So that single crochet should be either side of those little V's. And now you're basically going to work this sequence all the way until your next corner chains. Right, so I'm just going to get to that center panel, and then, because I know it's slightly different, like that. So essentially you should end up with 51 single crochets and 50 chain 2 spaces. 2, so we're still skipping 2, chain 2, skip 2, chain 2 over the puff, single crochet into the chain 1. So this, in this instance here, this is why I wanted to just show you that we carry on as we did with side B. So instead of working to the spaces between the stitches, we are now working into the, not the chain 1, sorry, the spaces between the puffs from round number 25. The chain 1s are in front. Okay, so you're just working between all of your stitches. Right? Okay, so we're kind of halfway, so you're just going to mirror everything that you've just done. So it's going to look like that. Okay, and this is your corner, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, and then of course, just join. I just slip stitched around the chain 4 space. Okay, and as I said, stitch count 51 single crochets, 50 chain 2 spaces, corners equal chain 4, 1 single crochet, chain 4, and I shall see you at round number 29. Onto round number 29, and now as before you're just going to ignore what I'm doing on this side, and we're going to begin in the chain 2 corner space between our 3 double crochets and our 3 double crochets, but we're working into the chain 2 corner space from round number 27, right? So we're working into that chain 2 corner space, and you're going to begin with a double crochet, and so we're going to make 3 double crochets into our chain 2 corner space from round number 27. Chain 2, and then again 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 3. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Right, so we're going to have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to skip our, so now we're going to be working into our round number 28, into the first chain 2 space, and we're going to work 2 double crochets, and then we're going to be working 2 double crochets into all of our chain 2 spaces, like that. So we should end up with 50 times 2 double crochets, and of course that is 100 double crochets. Okay, so you're just going to work, okay, and that's all you're going to do. Right, so your corner is going to look like that. So when you're coming up that side towards the end, you'll just make a chain 3, and then you'll work your corner. All right, and then carry on like that. And to close, you just slip stitch into your second double crochet and fasten off. And that's easy peasy. Round number 29, color is mustard. Okay, and your stitch count for each side, I'm just going to repeat that. You'll have 50 times 2 double crochets, 2 times chain 3s. Your corner equals 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Okay, and I shall see you at round number 30. Okie dokie, so we're on to round number 30. Round number 30, we're going to be using the walnut. Now just forget what I'm doing over here, as usual. We are going to begin in our first chain 3 space right of a corner, okay, from the previous corner round. So that was round number 28. Okay, so you're going to start with a single crochet around your chain 3 space. Then you're going to chain 4, and you're going to work a single crochet into the chain 4 space, the next chain 4 space, okay, from round number 29. Then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to single crochet into the next chain 4 space. You're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet around your chain 3 space. Okay, so you're going to have 1, 2, 3 chain 4 spaces, and you're going to have 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is your corner. Now for the side, you're just going to chain 2, single crochet. So chain 2, skip those 2 double crochets. So you can see, other than the corners, it's pretty straightforward. And chain 2, and so on. Right, so you're going to end up with 50 chain 2 spaces and 49 single crochets. Whoops. Just do that again. Right, so I'm just going to pull that through. Okay, so you're going to end up with 50 chain 2 spaces for each side and 49 single crochets, okay, because this one counts as a corner single crochet. So this is part of the corner, and this first single crochet that you do after your first chain 2 is your side single crochets. And that's the way I kind of do the maths. I just divide things up and do stitch counts for each section. For me, it's just easier to keep tabs then. It's also easier to check your stitch counts. Okay, so, and then to close, you're just going to slip stitch around, you can either slip stitch into the top of your beginning single crochet, or the lazy way, which is the way I do it, is just to slip stitch around the chain 4 space, the first chain 4 space. But you should probably just do it the correct way, okay? I don't want to be responsible for teaching you bad habits. Okay, so that is round number 30. Color is walnut, and I shall see you at round number 31, where we're going to continue with our mustard. So this is just the section that I'll show you each time, because the rest of it is pretty straightforward. Okay, so it's only really the corners. Okay, so see you there. So we're on to round number 31, and the color that I'm using obviously is mustard, because we're using mustard and walnut throughout these 11 rounds. Right, so you're just going to ignore what I'm doing there. We're going to begin in our chain 2 corner space. All right, we're going to do exactly what we did before. We'll work 3 double crochets, right, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So that's our first corner, right? Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to move all the way to our first chain 2 space, and now the rest is exactly the same as we did before. We're going to be working 2 double crochets into our chain 2 spaces. So we have 50 chain 2 spaces, 2 double crochets in each of them, and we're going to end up with 100 double crochets. And then chain 4, repeat your corners, and then repeat all. And to close, you'll just work as you did before, a slip stitch into your second double crochet. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Right, so you're just going to carry on like that, nice easy peasy round, and I shall see you at round number 32. Okay, so see you there. We're on to round number 32, and the color that we're using is walnut. And again, just ignore what I'm doing. You're going to, on that side, don't ignore what I'm doing, follow what I'm doing, but just ignore all of that, okay? So now we're going to begin, as we did before, into a chain space, okay? So this time we're working a single crochet into our chain 4 space from round number 31. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to work, now we're working into our round number 32. and we're going to work, not round number 32. We're going to be working into round number 30. Is it round number 30? Yes, round number 30. All of the same color, right? So now you're going to work a single crochet, then you're going to chain 4, right? Then you're going to work a single crochet into your next chain 4 space, then you're going to chain 4, then you're going to work a single crochet into your next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet over your next chain 4 space, but from round number 31. Okay, so you can see we're creating that little pattern at the back there, and you can see it peeping through from the front. I really like that effect. And then we're going to chain 2, and of course by now you're an expert, right? Because we're going to do exactly what we did before. Okay, so we're going to have 50 times chain 2 spaces, 49 single crochets. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. So your corner is going to look like that. And your corner is going to equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets and 4 chain 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, so that is your corner. All right, and remember obviously that your single crochet at the beginning and the beginning of the corner and the end of the corner is part of the corner and not part of the side. Okie dokie, so that is round number 32, and you're going to fasten off in the same way that you did before. So you can slip stitch into the top of your single crochet or just slip stitch around your chain 4. That's the lazy way to do it. All right, and I shall see you at round number 33, and of course we're going to be using mustard again. So see you there. So we're on to round number 33. And you can see all my notes, all my scribbles. Okay, so round number 33, we are going to begin as we did before with 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into our chain 2 corner space. Right, so we're working with our mustard again. Chain 2, and of course we're working into round 31, right? 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what we're going to be doing is exactly what we did before. We're going to be working 2 double crochets into our 50 times chain 2 spaces. So your stitch count for one side is going to be 100 double crochets or 50 times 2 double crochets and 2 times chain 5 spaces. And then your corner is going to be 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Okay, so you're just going to carry on like that all the way around, and you'll finish up as you did before with a slip stitch into your second double crochet and fasten off. Okay, so round number 33 done and dusted, and I shall see you at round number 34. We are at round number 34, and of course that's our walnut round. So Again, just ignore what's happening on the side. So we're going to begin again with a single crochet over our chain 5 space from the previous round. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to work a single crochet into the next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to work a single crochet over our next chain 5 space from round number 33. Okay, so we basically work starting in round number 33, and then we're working in round number 30. What? No, I'm giving you the wrong information. We are working into round 33, right? And then we are going all the way back to round 32. So we're working into round 32. Okay. Now, this is what happens if I don't add in my notes. What? Yes, round number 33, round number 32, correct. And then we're just going to carry on as we did before. So when you turn your work over, this time you'll have 5 chain 4 spaces. So I'll use that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 2 spaces, and you'll have 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's your corner. And then you're going to do the sides exactly as you did before. So you'll chain 2, 1 single crochet, right, chain 2, and of course we're skipping 2 double crochets each time. Okay, you're just going to carry on like that, and then to fasten off, you'll fasten off exactly as you did before, right? So you'll work either a slip stitch into the top of your single crochet, your beginning single crochet, or just a slip stitch around your chain 4. Okie dokie. So far so good. Round number 34, and I shall see you at round number 35. Okay, so we're on to round number 35. Round number 35, we are going to be working with our mustard, and you're going to start again in the chain 2 corner space. Right, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets. Excuse me. Right, then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to yarn over and skip all the way to our first chain 2 space, and then you know the rest of the story. Okay, so you're just going to be working 2 double crochets into your 50 times 2 double, I was going to say 2 double crochet, 2 chain space. right. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to stop there like that. So it's going to look like that for the time being. All right. So your stitch count for each side will be 50 times 2 double crochets, which is 100 double crochets, plus 2 times chain 6 spaces. Your corner will be 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And when you come up this side to finish off, you'll just slip stitch into your second double crochet and fasten off. And that is round number 35, and I shall see you at round number 36. Okay, so we're on to round number 36, and the color we're using is walnut. So excuse my little bobbles in I think each round now you've seen that, but that's where I joined my yarn, because each time I cut off, otherwise it would be a complete nightmare. When I'm busy doing my sample sides. So now we're going to begin as we did before. So the color is walnut. We're going to work a single crochet. So we're going to start with a single crochet over our chain 6 space. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to do pretty much what we did before. We're going to work a single crochet into the next chain 4, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into our next chain 6 space from round number 35. Okie dokie. So now we should have 6 chain 4 spaces. I want to say chain 2, 6 chain 4 spaces and 7 single crochets. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 4 spaces, and we have 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's our corner. And then we're going to chain 2 as we did before, and then you're just going to follow the same sequence as we did in the previous round of this color. So that would have been round 35 34. I keep on forgetting that the walnut round is even numbers and the mustard round is odd numbers. Okay, and then you're just going to carry on exactly the same. So you'll have the same amount of single crochets, which will be 49, and you'll have 50 chain 2 spaces like that. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Just move that. So your corner is going to look like that, and your sides are going to look like that. Your stitch count is going to be the same as the previous few rows, and your back, the little trellis at the back here, you've increased your chain 4s by 1 and your single crochets by 1. Okay, so, and then of course you'll finish off exactly the same way. You'll just work a slip stitch into your beginning single crochet and fasten off. And then the next round, which is round number 37, is the last round for part 3. So we're on to the last round, round number 37 of part 3. So now, again, just ignore all of that. So we're going to begin with a single crochet into our first chain 4 space from round number 36, so from the previous round. So you're going to work single crochet, right? Then you're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to work a single crochet into the second chain 4 space. All right, now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the chain 2 space between 3 double crochets and 3 double crochets, that corner from round number 35, we are going to work 3 double crochets, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets. So that's our new corner. All right, well, not quite, because I'm counting the chains as part of the corner as well. Then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to skip 2 chain 4s. You don't have to really go find them, but they're there. You're going to skip 2 chain 4s and into your second last chain 4. So there's the last one, there's the second last one. So into that one you're going to work single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into the next, so the last chain 4 space. Okay, and that is your next corner. So I'm just going to pull that up, so it's going to look like that. I love that corner. Okay, so the back's going to look like that. Right, and the front is going to look like that. And then into your chain 2 spaces, you're going to work 2 double crochets. Okay, so you're going to do exactly what you did in your round number 35 with the mustard, but this time you're just going to use your walnut, like so. Okay, and you're just going to go all the way, so you'll end up with 50 times 2 double crochets each side. Okay, and off you go. Okay, so you're just going to be working those, so I'll show you. It's going to look like that. That's going to be your corner. Right, and then that's the end of round number 3. So I would suggest before you go on to round number 4 to do some gentle blocking. If you're using acrylic, be very careful with your blocking, because acrylic can, you can overstretch it. So you don't want that. You just want to do some gentle blocking so that your corners, I'll show you what I mean. Wait, let me take the other corner like that. So, so that's going to be your corner, and then you want to block it from here like that. Oopsie, going completely off camera. Okay, so you want to kind of just slightly square up your corners over here and there. Okay, so well, anyway, you can get a better picture of it when you've stretched everything out, and then just block it overnight. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. It's actually pretty simple, isn't it? There's nothing else to say. And I shall see you at round number 37, which will be the beginning of part number 4. So the reason I've only done 11 rounds this time is because, as I said before in the beginning, I went and made that little doily Spark Joy, because I really felt, it was bubbling up inside and it had to get out. And so they cut down my time of 2 weeks, between each part for the green tea extension. So, but to keep on schedule rather than to extend, so that you would have to wait until the end of next week. And I really do want to keep on schedule with this. I've just made it as a smaller round kind of thing, just a shorter round. But anyway, it takes time, because it takes quite a lot of time to do all of these repetitive bits. Okay, so that's enough yada 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 from me, and I shall see you at part 4. Stay well, stay healthy, stay sane, stay safe, stay calm, and crochet on. See you soon.